Welcome to Politics Done Right. My name is Egberto Willis, your host. Good morning, Houston. Good morning, Harris County. Good morning, Texas. Good morning to the United States of America. Good morning to the world. And of course, good morning to East Texas. Good morning, Louisiana, and all those places that Howard and Jack were able to blow that 100,000 watts towards. We are going to have a great show. It's the last show before the 25th, the big holiday. I trust everybody's ready. Everybody has bought all their gifts, have the turkey all basted, etc., etc., etc. Anyhow, let's pass it along to El Señor Howard y Jacques. Oh, Wow. Wow. Nice. Nice. Yeah. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. And I like that you're giving kudos to people that are out there making a difference, Jack. And by the way, I make sure to add both you and Howard onto that list as well, because it's always a team effort that gets changes done, and that's what it's all about. Team effort. Oh Lord, the man. Look, stop it, stop it, stop it. Not allowed. Stop it. All right. No, you're not. You're the man. Anyway, folks, I'm proud to be the water boy too, man. Hey, we're all, that's how we get more water. The more water boys we got, the more things we got out there. But we're gonna have a great show for you today, folks. Why don't you call in early? I have a lot to talk about, but I would sure prefer hearing what you have to say just before this long weekend. So give us a call at 713-526-5738. Again, that number is 713-526-5738. I did a whole lot of writing last night and all of that good stuff, right? And all I could think of is, I look, yes, I want to talk about Marc Elias. Yes, I want to talk about re-engaging in 2020 and how we get young voters to do. And I did some videos on both of those issues. But I would so much prefer hearing from all of you today. 713-526-5738. So before I even get into the show, let me just ask you to give us a call, 713-526-5738, extension number 2, to be on air right away. And by the way, given the time of the year, if you feel like you are in that given spirit, if you feel like you love what we continue to do and will continue to do in 2024, feel free as you call in instead of hitting number 2 to hit number 1 and say, I want to donate in the name of Politics Done Right to KPFT 90.1 FM just to thank uh, the entire staff, the entire organization for doing something solid that we need for our society. Again, you can do that 713-526-5738. Hit extension 1. And again, if you want to talk to me right now, hit extension 2, 713-526-5738, extension number 2, and you're going to get on air almost immediately. And folks, remember you can also go to kpft.org, click that donate button, and support us however you can. Because you know what? Yes, we need it to continue doing this important work. And the other side, I don't mean your friends that's just because I mean the other side that's trying to not give you your due. They're very well invested to make sure you don't get it. So invest a penny or two in us, 713-526-5738, extension number 1 to donate, extension number 2 to talk to us, or go to kpft.org, click on that donate button and say, I want to support these guys that are trying to make a difference. But call, I want to talk to you guys right now. Johnny, the mayor of Politics Done Right, gets the first div of the day. Buenos dias, mi hermano de otra madre. How are you doing, my brother? Thank Love you too, Johnny, and thank you for those kind words. And go to sleep. All right. Anyway, we also have Brother Harry on the line. Folks, give us a call, 713-526-5738. tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us about why you listen to the show. Tell us about why you like KPFT. Give us a call, 713-526-5738, extension number 2. I'd love to hear from all of you, women, men, everybody. Give us a call, 713-526-5738. Yes, I do know it's early, and some of you kind of tag on a little bit later than usual. But anyway, Brother Harry, come on in. How are you doing this morning, sir? Hmm.
They used to run out here. They took off the air out of Houston.
I love Harry.
That Indian woman. The Indian woman. Do you remember her name, Alan? Yes, yes. Remember they used to run that woman. They used to run her
Sonali.
show.
I think it's Sonali. Yes.
Yes, that's it. Her. Yeah,
Yes.
I love her. Yeah, she was in the space program, and I learned a lot of things. I wish they had not stopped running her. It's good to hear her. And then shows like Counterspin that comes on before the Great Wide Open, that's a good show. I learned a lot from there.
Well, look,
Uh,
Harry. Harry, because our
Uh,
lines are filling up, I'm gonna ask you to kind of finish up a little bit, my brother.
Okay, I'm gonna finish up and let's see with the great wide open. Oh, I wanted to tell this to Howard now again. Uh, I called back during the business line yesterday. That Charlie Brown other song is called "Skating." If he can play that today, that would be nice. And I had requested "Feliz Navidad" by Tony Orlando. And Howard, don't be a Grinch. You know, like I told him yesterday on the business line. I know you with all this Christmas stuff, you don't like the commercials, but you have granddaughters, and I'm sure they love Christmas. So if you can today, play Dr. Seuss's "The Grinch That Stole Christmas." They play
Thank you,
on that.
Harry. Harry, thank you. Thank
You
you.
guys
I
have a
love
wonderful
you.
holiday.
Love you,
Love,
brother. Merry Christmas. All
love
right.
you. I love all of you.
All
Keep
right,
up the
brother.
good work.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Let's go to Saran. Come on in, Saran. You're on.
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Good morning,
Morning.
sir.
Yeah, man. Blessed love and respect to each and every one. Merry Christmas, and I hope we have a happy new year and we can lead the xenophobia, anti-Semitism, and racism, and all this crap move forward because when you look at Houston, Texas, it's such a multicultural diversity. Who are we fooling?
I agree with you 100%,
America's
Saran.
strength, America's strength is in its diversity. God bless America.
Those are great words, my brother. Those are great words. I appreciate you calling in and letting us know that, reminding us of that. Very, very, very important, sir. Very, very important. Anything else you'd like to add before I jump to Augie, sir?
Yeah. But want to reiterate that this Rasta man, the Jah Rastafari. Bless them.
Rastafari, my brother. You have a wonderful day, sir. Okay.
Give thanks and praise.
Thank you,
Jesus.
sir. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Oh, anyway, folks, give us a call 713-526-5738. Would love to hear from you. And thank you, Alistair and Melanie, for letting me know that there was one button that needed to be pushed to ensure that you guys could hear the studio. You could hear me, but you couldn't hear the studio on the interwebs, meaning on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and all these things. All of that has been fixed right now. So please confirm that, my brothers and my sisters. But I think I saw a button that needed to be pushed. Let's go to Augie. And folks, keep calling 713-526-5738. Again, that is 713-526-5738. On this last Friday before Christmas, much prefer to hear your voice. I do have stuff to cover, but I much prefer to hear your voice right now. See if there anything that you want to tell the audience at large. Augie, how you doing, my brother?
Oh, great. Blessings to you, geniuses there, and everybody out in the web area who are open to facts and truth. And always have to question why. Why did this have to happen? And we look into the background of that. And the reason I listen is because of Hitachi and Ray Hill and Larry Winters and Ricky Izquierda and all the great music that I hear on the radio that I otherwise probably wouldn't hear. And you come up with some new stuff all the time. It seems like new songs and all this information that I learn about just about every day when I listen to some of your talk shows. Uh, I learn more stuff, but keep up the fight, and hopefully some of the people that aren't open to the facts and truth will see the light. In fact, I know about that happens once in a while. I knew a diehard Republican, but well, she saw the light when Obama got changed that Obamacare and fix it where you could have children older than the previous age. And her daughter had a skiing accident, and she was, I think, 21.
Uh
And
huh.
so she was supposed to come back under her parents' insurance plan.
Right.
So, uh, so the miracles do happen.
You know, I
I'm a
tell you
miracle.
one thing, Augie. let me tell you what. There's this particular incident that really got me and kind of said we got to keep doing what we are doing, and all of us here are responsible for doing what we're doing here. All of us. We can't. None of us can. None of us have any monopoly on what we do here at KPFT. We are all needed to get this job done. But I tell you what happened once, and this one happened on the internet show. There was this woman who hated Obamacare, and she just hated it with a passion, and she would call in, etc. And it turned out that her son was disabled, and he was the under 26, and etc. And she only used to listen to right wing radio, right Fox News, etc. But she would always, because I did the show then with Coffee Party as well, and she would always listen to the program, and she was talking about her son, and I kind of, after looking things up, etc., I told her, hey, your son, based on the state that you are in, qualified for this stuff because of Obamacare, etc., etc., because she was complaining not having insurance and how things are bad. She was a convert the next call because her son, who hadn't had insurance ever, finally got insured, and he could finally get the help that he needed. And it's those little, well, I can't call it a little thing, that's a big thing. It is those things where you have the misinformers around, everybody doing, doing the wrong things for ulterior motives. And when you can help that one person just from giving information. And then I recall recently one of our callers whose mother was in a nursing home, and just realizing that Medicare Advantage wasn't Medicare gave her that fighting spirit, and she goes ahead and she fight and fight and got the results that she needed to get. I mean, these are stories. Whether you are part of the solution, you aid in the solution, you give people the impetus to fight for the solution, we make a difference, all of you. And you, Mr. Augie, and all of you that are listening, that have been consistent supporters of allowing us, making sure we can get this message out, whether it is financially or coming up to the studio and volunteering or sharing our stuff to let other people know about us. It all makes a difference, and it doesn't cost a lot of money. It all makes a difference. We get so much done because we have so much goodwill from all of you. Anything else, Augie, that you'd like to say?
Oh, speaking of medical care, I was just thinking about mental health care because
Yes.
I hear a lot of people having trouble. And these Republicans, Trumpers, they have children who have mental health problems, but they can't find any mental health facilities that will take them.
Hmm.
And that's because the Republicans are cutting down funding for mental health care. George W., the second week he was governor, he shut down the mental health program in Tyler, Texas, and that was a nationally recognized mental health facility. And
Right.
he told voters, Texas voters, hey, look, I just saved $500,000 by shutting down that mental health facility. Well, it cost us over $1 billion to take care of those patients, and those nationally recognized workers had to look for jobs in other states. And
Right.
every governor since then has been dropping funding. In Uvalde, when Abbott went to speak at the shooting, he was invited by the Republican mayor, not the people. And he's one of the first things he said is, "This is a mental health problem." Right after he had just cut like $250,000 from the state mental health budget, and
250 million, my brother. $250 million he cut.
that's right, 250 million now. And just about a month ago, a mental health facility here in Houston shut down because of lack of funding.
Right.
And I had a heart attack, and I had a annual checkup and talked to this nurse, and we just talked, and she was talking about her son who has mental health problems, and she can't find anybody that can take him. And I said, well, uh, and she was a Trump supporter too. And I told her, well, the Republicans here keep cutting funding for mental health, and she couldn't, she didn't really believe what I
They
said.
don't.
So, oh no,
Right.
they're good and all that. And I said, well, hopefully she will see the light like this other Republican lady I know.
Wait,
And but
Augie, I
you
got
got
to
to keep
go
it
to
on.
some other calls, Augie, but you're so right. And that's why we are going to continue doing what we do we're going to continue doing what we're doing. Thank you so kindly for your call, Augie, and happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Merry Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, uh, sh- uh, whatever floats your boat. Thank you, brother. All right, let's go to Alan. Alan, come on in, Alan. Alan, how are you doing, sir?
Just fine. Yesterday I biked about 2.5 hours from Acres Home area to Kirby and Holcomb neighborhood. Anyway, the Kwanzaa is coming up on starting on the 26th with Umoja at the Third Ward Multi-Service Center. You can learn about Kwanzaa, look it up at shape.org. shape.org. They're putting on events for 7 days, where each night is a different principle. So we're looking forward to that. And I'll be 77 on January 7th. So I'm still in good shape to bike down there and attend the Kwanzaa event.
Alan, you are 77?
Yeah,
Wow.
I'll be January 7th.
My
So
God, you look great. I would have never thought that you were that young. Well, you know what I mean, that old. Wow.
77 young, yeah. So
Well,
there's a
look.
40 delay between the radio broadcast and the actual discussion we're having.
Okay, well, look. Thank you very much for first of all calling in. Thank you for letting us know about when the first thing at Kwanzaa Umoja Unity that comes up. At
Right.
when the, yeah, Uni. Anyway, it's
At the
Umoja Kujijakula
Third
Ujima
Ward
Ujanya.
Multi-Service Center. There'll be 1,000
Yes.
people there.
Yes. Well,
That's
look,
how.
thanks for telling us about the info. You have a wonderful day, Alan. Folks, the number is 713-526-5738. I'd love to hear your voice. You can always get what the show was supposed to be about today by going to politicsdoneright.com/newsletter, and we have all the links and everything with regards to what we were going to talk about. If folks don't want to call in, or folks don't call in or whatever, but I much would like to hear what you want to tell the audience, what you'd like to tell myself, Howard, and Jack. 713-526-5738. Again, that number is 713-526-5738. Let's go to Peter. Come on in. Peter, how you doing this morning, sir?
A very good morning to you, Egberto, and the Politics Done Right family.
Good morning, sir. Talk to
Much,
me.
guys. So, if I had one wish this holiday season, it would be for all the children around the world to sing in harmony, and it would be singing Imagine all the people living life in peace. But since I don't have a genie in a bottle, I'll just be praying to Jesus of Nazareth for strength to just have an outstanding 2024. And, first of all, thank you so much for this another year of outstanding growth for myself. I became a candidate for U.S. House Texas District 2, so I'm so excited for 2024 and just thankful for all my blessings that I'll be able to make my pitch to the American people to let's do better than we've been currently doing. Let's send leaders up to D.C. to actually unify our Congress. And I'm one of those leaders. If you want a true leader, vote for Peter. So I'll be up there unifying our Congress and working for all the things that we need, common sense, gun control, so that we're not talking about shooting ranges in our schools and allowing those types of things to happen. And just a few things that were on my mind, Egberto. So thanks to you, of course, the Politics Done Right family, and as they'll be working, as you know, every day to with our Democratic Party and the clubs to get the message out. We need change, so we need to get a different representative up there in Congress. So I'm just one of them. I'm just one of the solutions. Of course, we need change on our as far as our senators. It'll be outstanding if we could say goodbye to Cancun cruise, and there's a couple of things on my mind. So thank you so much for allowing my voice to be on your airwaves this
Well,
morning,
let me
Egberto.
tell you, Peter. I want before you go, I want to just give kudos to you and everybody who put themselves on the line to serve in our democracy. We need people to step up. So many times we watch those in office who do bad things or who don't serve, year after year after year after year. And one of the reasons why is enough people don't throw themselves into the ring. So I want to first of all wish you happy holidays, Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate. Wish you happy that. And also thank you for throwing yourself out there doing the work that's necessary to try to serve us all. So thank you, Peter. And you have
Absolutely. Thank you.
who's running in Congressional District 2. Actually, that is my district. So thank you so kindly for putting yourself out there to run, brother. You have a wonderful rest of your week and happy holidays, sir.
See you next year. Have an outstanding Christmas. Merry Christmas,
Take
y'all. God bless.
Merry Christmas. All right, let's go to brother Bard. Come on in, Bard. How are you doing this morning, sir?
Good morning, sir. I started listening to this show. Well, I started listening to your station when PT's Cajun Bandstand was on in the mornings on Saturdays.
Mm-hmm.
That was a great show. I don't know if you ever listened to it, but he died, and it's never been the same since. And then I listened to Tom Hartman and learned that 90% of the statistics that he says are lies. And so I knew whatever he said to do the opposite. And then I started listening to you in the afternoons. I think you were on once a week or twice a week. I don't remember.
Yes.
And then finally you moved to the mornings where we can get a hold of you every morning. And as you know, I'm a conservative Democrat, which is very rare on this station. And just trying to help you not change. I don't know if Panama is socialist or what, but I'm trying to save you from bringing socialism and progressivism to Houston and Texas and the USA. And that's all I wanted to say.
Well, Bard, I don't want you to leave yet. Bard, I don't want you to leave yet. I just want to I want to say one thing. I think it's unfair to say that 90% of what Tom Hartman says is not true. By the way, Tom Hartman is one of the, in my opinion, one of the most respected radio show hosts. I do understand that people are informed by different sources. And in being informed by different sources, one has to earn the credibility. I don't want you to just sit back and listen to what I have to say and just take that as gospel. But at the same time, I don't want you to listen to me and just because I am very, very progressive, consider that it's not worth listening to. What I wish you would do, and first of all, I want to thank you for being a consistent listener because you're always here. And I do appreciate that from the depths of my heart. You disagree with me wholeheartedly. You call yourself a conservative Democrat. I think that may be a bit, and I say this respectfully, I think that may be a bit disingenuous because I don't think you share much of what even a conservative Democrat would really stand for. But I ask one thing, given that you're here all of the times, that you consider to keep your mind open to somehow realize that the things that I stand for, the things that Tom stand for, the things that many of us stand for is not to bring pain to our brothers and sisters in the country, but things that we know, and I think I can prove it. I always tell you that you and I going to sit down and have a very after listening to your initial commentary, it's going to be a very, very long coffee. So I'll have to leave myself open for probably a whole 8 hours to sit and have coffee with you. But I hope that that folks just listen and not just listen to their ideology, but leave themselves open. I'll tell you one thing about yours truly myself. I have had to change my mind on certain very progressive issues after talking to very fair and honest conservatives on certain issues. I think we all have to leave ourselves open and to that, but also leave ourselves open to math, math. So, Bart, I want you to have a wonderful holiday and give me a short closer before I move on to Harry.
Well, I was just wondering if you knew any other conservative Democrats besides me.
Yes,
And
the
then
current.
last
Yes,
thought,
yes, yeah.
I'll
Let
leave.
me answer that question. Let me answer that question. Yes, the current
Okay.
mayor of Houston, the person who just won the mayorship of Houston. All right, continue, sir.
Well, thank God for that because we may have saved the city of Houston. We'll see what happens.
All
But
right.
year in review, I want to go back to year in review. Favorite call of the year was from, and I hope this guy will call back. I haven't heard from him lately, but initials FJB. Merry Christmas. Bye bye.
You have a wonderful day, Bard. All right, let's go to Arnold. Come on in, Arnold.
Hey, first and foremost, thank you for allowing me to be on your airwaves.
Absolutely, sir. It's
A lot
your
of the
airwaves.
different programs, of course. Amy Goodman, uh, what was one of the first. Connect the dots. I haven't heard Connect the Dots in a bit. Uh, uh, it was Robert Muhammad, I believe he had changed it, whatnot. Uh, and then rest in peace, rest in power, rather, to Uh, so he was on, and he was always giving real good news updates about what's going on up, in his area of town, which is predominantly, I guess, the third ward, whatnot. And so, yeah, um, we as far as what I guess Bart was talking about, uh, his political views. Uh, I guess he may not understand there's so many other different ways we could, be political. You had the people I was listening to, New Black Panther Party. I mean, that he's talking about socialism and things like that. I feel like you're not as socialist as what I would be. I'm getting into the C word. People don't want to say the C word. It's hard for me to say it right now.
Communism. I get it. I get it.
Right, right. You get it, and it's like, no, this, you know, man. I'm trying to make things happen for us workers.
Arnold, let me just say this
Workers
to kind of break things down a bit, Arnold. And this is what I really want people to understand, right? Some people, whenever we have a group of people who have taught others to simply despise anybody that claims to be progressive or progressive values or socialist values, whatever. And what I say is the following: I will steal I will steal whatever from whatever ideology to make lives better for every single American. I am not going to temper
absolutely
what I
right.
believe based
But
on some ideological straitjacket. I am going to say whatever makes
absolutely right.
life better for people. And right now, the current economic structure that we have, and it's not, look, Biden's economy is doing
But
great. If you take a look at the numbers, Biden's economy is doing great. Unfortunately,
hey,
when you
what I like to say,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, real quick. What I like to say is, uh, whatever you want to call me, I'll be that. But I'm gonna be that for my people, for for,
Thank
for
you.
us, for us workers. Whatever you
Thank
want to
you.
call me, I'll be that.
Thank
So
brother.
last thing I just want to say is, man, Howard Zinn. I mean, DJ Zen. He had some words that he would say at the end, and it was "Be bright, be beautiful, and shine your light into the depth of darkness."
There you
Uh,
go.
yeah, that was it.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, Arnold, for calling. I want to pick up on something Arnold said before I jump to Alistair and then Harry. Look, let me just say this, folks. And this is how I want. This is This is how I want folks to listen to this program. Uh, don't don't listen to this program as Egberto is a progressive or whatever you want to call me. Look at it as we are trying to make lives better for people. The economic system, as good as it is right now, isn't good for a large plurality of the people. And what we need is a system that does better, and that is what I stand for. I don't have a tie to anything specifically other than what makes lives better for others. And that's why I want to get people listening, and talking, and not being tied to who you are or because of who you think you are. Let's go to Alistair. Good morning, Alistair. How are you doing this morning? My beautiful sister from Conroe.
Hey, hey, good morning, Egberto. Good morning, everybody. I just need to pipe in real quick about social democracy. A lot of people have a misconception about what socialism and what an ideal social democracy is. And I believe that that is like one of the cornerstones of progressive values is that everyone is taken care of, right? And a great example is the Nordic social democracy, like the Scandinavian countries, Denmark and Sweden and them. They're a free market or capitalist democracy, but they also have safety nets and stuff like that in place to take care of everyone, the capitalists to the union workers, things like that. And it's like, there's nothing scary. It's not taking away rights. If America was to adopt a little bit more of that mentality of the Nordic model. There's so much literature out there explaining what it is. And if people would just read it and educate themselves about caring how these countries that have a large capitalist structure are also able to take care of everyone. And it just
Alistair,
breaks my heart.
that is so important what you said there, right? A lot of these countries, their resources are reinvested in its people. Over here, if you find the resources, you keep the spoils if you are the investor, if you are the capitalist. Over in many other countries, the
Yeah,
resources of the country belongs to the country in the aggregate, and a lot of it goes towards the social services you talk about. We're not talking about freeloaders here. I would contend that in countries like the United States, the freeloaders are in fact the capitalists. We look at Jeff Bezos, we look at Elon Musk, and all of these guys. These guys are the real freeloaders, but the way we have allowed things to be defined, they are not, and we make the hard worker. I don't look. If I drive in the ghettos, the barrios, Afalache, these are hard working people, right? You see them at the bus stops working for menial dollars, as the people at the top make, take home all the spoils. Those are the things that we stand for, Alice. So that's the things that you stand for. And we want to have a
yeah,
vibrant society where everybody has the opportunity to build, and that everybody, because we're a society, are taken care of. So thank you, Alistair, for calling. I need to get to Harry. Anything else you got to say before I jump to
absolutely.
Harry?
No, we're good. Hey, Merry Christmas and whatever celebration everybody participates in this upcoming week and all of that. I just send love and well wishes to y'all.
Thank you very much, Alice. So you have a wonderful rest of your day, the rest of your week, and the Christmas stuff. I know we'll be talking at the 3 o'clock hour if you have the time. But anyhow, you have a wonderful day,
I
my dear.
Yep,
Absolutely.
you
Let's
too.
folks
Bye
give
bye.
us bye bye. Give us a call 713-526-5738 extension number 2 to come on air 713-526-5738. Love to hear your voice. Actually, I love hearing you guys talk and give your point of view, whatever your point of view is. Brother Harry, come back in.
Good morning again, Roberto. I didn't mention this, but I want to wish your wife, Laura, and your daughter, Ashley, a very Merry Christmas. I know they're very dear to you. And I remember that Indian woman's full name. You did say Sonali. Her full name is Sonali Kalhaka.
Yes, 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 yes. In
Yes,
fact,
sir.
I blog a lot of her stuff at my website, egbertowillis.com. She
Yeah.
through the Independent Network, she's one of the bloggers that I have on my blog weekly. Sometimes she writes more than once a week, and she writes some very good
Yep.
stuff. So you can actually read her at my
Very,
site
very
as well.
edifying woman. And thank
Yes,
you for Democracy Now! On this program and Pan African Journal. Those are also good programs. It's just
absolutely.
very edifying program.
Well, look, thank you very
Uh,
much, Harry. And look, you have a wonderful rest of your day. Want to invite others to call in.
well,
Take care, brother.
okay.
713-526-5738. All lines are open now. 713-526-5738. Hit extension 2 to be on air right away. 713-526-5738. Hit extension 2. You'll be on air right away. Let me go and jump to get some of our wonderful guys in the studio. A little word from them. Both Howard and Jack, and a bit of stuff you want to tell our wonderful audience here?
Thank you so much for tuning in every morning, listening to Egberto and Jack and I's prattle, because we he and I tend to prattle on. You're the one that brings the truth to everything. And I like the fact that you say, okay, go ahead and challenge me. Go ahead and look that up. Prove it.
Yeah.
So we enjoy that.
I tell
Jack,
you
what you
something
got?
else. Before Jack comes in, first of all, I want to look, our brother Howard is always so self-deprecating, but I want, and I am not joking or anything here at all, folks. When I tell you we would not be where we are without that self-deprecating man you just heard there. Howard,
Oh Lord.
I want Howard to know the level of respect that I have for him. And by the way, Howard, I hope you got my email and my text and all of that is taken care of. I forgot to check with you on that, all that good stuff. But anyway, I
Oh yeah,
want the
everything's
audience
fine.
good. I want the audience to know, and I really, I'm serious here. We're not kidding around or anything here. I want everybody to understand the importance of those two guys in the control room right now, and specifically the amount of work that Howard gets done to make this station a reality. It must be noted. So thank you very much, Harry. I see that Jack is busy with the phones. As soon as he gets on busy, I want to have him say a few words as well. But let's go to TET. Whoever TET is, love to hear from TET. Come on in, TET.
First of all, thank you, Egberto, for being so courageous and presenting your views and being consistent with your viewpoint over these years. And thank you. I've worked with you and seen this firsthand. And I think part of the tragedy is that we are faced with here is the two-party system, which parades as democracy when actually just because of the people that donate to get the people back in both parties are sometimes the same. I think there's a lot of dark money that was taken, which is really why some of the things are being going on with the Democratic Party. I'm a lifelong Democrat, but there are certain things that we just don't have choices in, and I say that with literally and figuratively as far as choice is concerned. Without getting into details, I don't want to get too much into that. But I think part of the tragedy is just the two-party system, which even Trump, who used to be a Democrat, jumped over to the Republican Party and started running it, per se, as far as similar to politics of what Hoover was doing in terms of knowing some of the private lives of some of the congressmen, et cetera, and also where some of the money was coming from. But I think the real tragedy now is that the multinationals are really controlling both parties, and I think that needs to be stated sometimes more vociferously. And that's the only criticism I may have of you. Of course, I don't listen every day, but I don't hear enough of the fact that the people who put up the particular candidates are actually from other countries. And I think that's coming true with respect to are coming to bear with respect to some of the revelations that are coming out now. Thank
No,
you.
first of all, TET, before you go, first of all, that's what I like to hear. I like to hear people call in and say, I'd say, you know what, Egberto, you should be covering XYZ. You need to make sure and let folks know other things. That is how those of us who are honored to have a platform to speak, that is how we can get better by hearing those who know that there are things that we're missing and articulating that we do it. So again, in your case, we have to make it more clear the degree of multinational corporations. I mean, I could add that. Watch what APAC is doing. APAC is investing over $100 million to get rid of the squad. They're investing even more money in getting somebody like the person who will likely be the next Speaker of the House, Hakeem Jeffries, to go out there and forget completely about the pains of other people. I mean, so you are correct, TET.
Right.
Thank you for making sure and holding us to that standard, sir. Anything else before I jump to Brian?
No, just thank you again and have a very happy holiday to everyone within the sound of my voice. And remember the homeless. Even though they are victims of some of their own choices in many respects with respect to going to drugs, et cetera, and being victimized with some of the people that are in big business here in Houston, Texas. I think that we need to be more considerate and think more of the people who don't have a roof over their head, don't have even blankets sometimes, because they're really who we should be concerned about, because in the end, it might be us. Okay?
Exactly right. Thank you, brother. TET, you have a wonderful rest of your day. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Merry Kwanzaa, Merry Hanukkah, whichever one applies. Brian, how are you doing this morning, sir? Come on in.
Yeah, I'm doing fine. I need to talk about the corruption that Sylvester Turner has brought into this town.
Okay.
What was an $86 million food concession that he took away, and he just decided to give it out to his own buddies, his own friends, without qualification, just like the water department did with what did she give? $4 million contract to her brother, her sister-in-law, her ex-husband. They all got like $4 million contracts. Channel 13 brought it up to Sylvester Turner, and he said, I'm not going to comment on it. Get out. He actually had the reporter take it out of the news conference. Is that fair to the people that pay taxes?
No, let me tell you, I'm not here to defend Sylvester Turner. Now, with regards to the contract in the airport, that's been litigated actually. Now, the other one that you brought up with the $4 million, I'm not sure about it, so I can't really comment about it. But corruption is a bad thing, and if there is actionable corruption that needs to be taken care of, I'm all for it, Brian. Whoever it is, whether Democrat, Republican, or otherwise, I am with you there. I want to get rid of corruption. So I don't think there's much for you and I to argue about that, but you got your platform to say what you needed to say. Anything else?
Yeah. No, that was it. Just talk about it, and then maybe someone can find out what the answer is instead of just not reporting on it, and we don't hear anything about it. Thanks.
Good. Thank you very much, Brian. I appreciate you. All right, Jack, I had thrown it back to the studio. You were busy with the phones, so I want to hear from you, Jack. This is the start of the end of the year kind of a thing, so I'd love to hear from you. Folks, don't forget, we can probably still get one call in 713-526-5738, extension 2. Talk to me, Jack.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the man who holds it all together, Mr. Jack.
Oh, that's too much. That's too much.
Wow.
Okay. Socialism is not a bad word. We have public schools, we have public roads. So if you go to a public school and you drive on a public street and you go to a library, or you collect unemployment or WIC, all these things are part of the social fabric. Yes, we want capitalism too, but not unfettered, wide open capitalism. That's basically just taking advantage of the people.
Well-regulated capitalism.
Well-regulated capitalism, social safety net for the people that have problems should be the order of the day.
I don't think anybody can disagree with that. I constantly say the following. I want, when we look at that pyramid that controls everything, I want the people first and everything else, business, etc. It's how can it best serve the people? Right now, we have it inverted. We have capitalism at the top, and then how everything else serves us. We need to reverse that. Capitalism needs to be a tool, not an ideology. And let's bring Ray into the conversation. Good morning, Ray. How are you doing this morning, sir?
Morning, brother Egberto. I just want to chime in real quick to tell you, happy holidays for what it's worth to you. And although my mother is not with me, she still leaves me gifts all the time of letting me know that she's never going to leave my side. So
I remember when your mother left us, and I want to tell you, Ray, that your mother left on earth somebody that's needed and somebody that is living up more so than you believe to her expectations. You're a good person. Keep up the work that you do, sir.
thanks for your kind words, brother.
You have a good day, my man. Take your Ray. I'll see you at 3 if you're there at 3. Anyway, folks, we are coming to the end of the show. I'll throw it right back to Howard, and then I'll close this baby up.
Well, Merry Christmas. We're going to play a little Christmas music here. Excuse me, you caught me off guard. Here's a little Christmas music from Dave Kaz. I know that Harry's going to like this one. And you can go ahead and close out. Hey, Jack, you got anything else? He says he's good.
All right, folks. Jack just says Merry Christmas. I want to tell everybody Merry Christmas, Merry Hanukkah, Merry Kwanzaa, Merry everything. Love you all. Thank you for this great year. Thank you for all your contributions. Thank you for being you. Thank you for your calls. Thank you for the learning. Thank you for just everything. My name is Egberto Willies. This is Politics Done Right. And you know how I end this baby. I am what? Out.